If you're a new parent and you've heard of the Wonder Weeks, then get ready for me to knock your socks off because I'm about to debunk the Wonder Weeks if you haven't already heard that they're not real. The Wonder Weeks have been dubbed as the predictable developmental leaps that your child is going to go through based on their development. While we of course know that there are different phases of development, the Wonder Weeks is not the end all be all, and I am going to tell you 4 reasons why. Now, before I even jump into all of the reasons why the Wonder Weeks are not a real thing, I want you to just go ahead and delete the app on your phone, stop reading the book, put it down, and read something that's actually real. Don't spend your time obsessing over which leap is your kid in and what Wonder Week are we dealing with and what milestone are they reaching. Let's jump right in on reason number 1 why the Wonder Weeks are not a thing. There is a lack of scientific evidence. Yes, there was a study done, but it needs to be able to be replicated and it needs to be peer-reviewed, and neither of those things happened. Therefore, the study was really just an experiment. Reason number 2 why we're not using the Wonder Weeks anymore is because it does not account for developmental differences. Obviously, we know that every child is different and every single child is going to develop at their own rate. I can tell you that based on experience from having 3 children of my own, every single one of them hit milestones at different points in their first year. Not only is there differential individuality, but there's also different factors that come into play, such as genetics, environment, and temperament. All 3 of these things are going to culminate into its own little individual child that is not going to go by a textbook definition of when they should be going through these developmental leaps. This is obviously something that every parent should already understand going into parenthood, knowing that every child is going to develop at their own rate. Reason number 3 is because there are concerns about the methods used during this study. Not only was the sample size small, but there was just an inadequate study design. And as we talked about before, the study was not replicated and it was not peer reviewed. So the entire method in general is thrown out the window. Reason number 4, being one of the biggest reasons why the Wonder Weeks are just not even a real thing, is because it's masking health issues. This can be a big thing and it can be a little thing depending on your individual child. Now, health issues can range from anything from infant reflux, growth spurts, and sleep patterns. Obviously, as a sleep consultant, we know how important sleep is to child development and behavior. A very overexhausted and overtired baby is going to be more clingy and fussy. It goes with the territory of being a baby. A child who has reflux is going to be more fussy. A child going through a growth spurt, you guessed it, they're going to be more fussy. So with all of these things in culmination, if you're obsessing over the Wonder Weeks, and yes, I have seen several parents, especially my clients, saying, well, I don't think next week's gonna be a good week to sleep train because I think my baby is gonna be in a leap. Girlfriend, no, put it down. A well-rested baby is going to be a happier baby. A baby who is being fed based on when they're going through a growth spurt and they're actually being fed more to be satiated, they are going to be less fussy. A baby who is being treated for reflux is going to be a happier, less fussy baby. Now, like I said, these medical issues can be masked by the Wonder Weeks because a parent might look at their app or look at their book and say, oh, well, they're just in a leap this week, so they're just gonna be a little extra fussy, when in reality, if your child is going through a growth spurt, they're probably really hungry and they're not being fed. Let's not do the Wonder Weeks. What should we do instead? I'm gonna tell you. It's this simple, really. Follow your baby's lead, talk to your child's pediatrician, and document everything, okay? So instead of going based off of someone else's documents, make your own. Keep track of when your baby is eating, keep track of when they're sleeping, keep track of if they're vomiting or any other questionable, worrisome behavior. If you're seeing a pattern in those behaviors, bring that to your pediatrician's attention and then you go from there. We don't want to write off any of these concerns that you're having about your child because they're in a leap. Now, if your concern is that your baby's not sleeping and they're really cranky and fussy because they're not sleeping, obviously I'm here to help. I have a free guide linked in the description box down below, and I will also pin it to the comment section section so that you can find the link quickly and easily for 5 free tips on how to improve sleep without sleep training. So these are all the 5 things that you need to do before you implement any sort of sleep training method. So remember, do not let the Wonder Weeks make you anxious or make you question your parenting, or let things slide by if you think that they are a bigger concern than just a developmental leap. You are your child's parent and you know your baby best. You are the best parent for your baby. Leave me a comment down below if you want to chat a little bit more about the Wonder Weeks, and keep blooming. Mwah.